時通信田中です。NATO 首脳会議についてお尋ねします。NATO は25日の首脳会議で国防費と関連費合わせて2035年に対 GDP 比 5% まで引き上げることで一致しました。欧州の国防費増の取り組みを政府としてどのように評価するかお聞かせください。また、日本は防衛費を27年度に 2% とする防衛力の抜本強化の最中ですが、将来的にさらに強化する必要があると考えるかどうか教えてください。
はい、NATO 首脳会合におきまして、国防支出及び国防関連支出の合計を対 GDP 比 5% とする目標に合意したと承知をしております。第三国間の合意の内容について申し上げる立場にはございませんが、我が国としてはこうした欧州の安全保障防衛体制の強化を重要な動きとして注視をしております。政府といたしましては、我が国の防衛力を整備するにあたって、大事なのは金額ありきではなく、防衛力の中身であると考えていることに変わりはないということでございます。まずは国家安全保障戦略等に基づき、防衛力の抜本的強化を着実に進めてまいりたいと考えております。戦後、最も厳しく複雑な安全保障環境の中で、我が国として主体的に抑止力、対処力を強化するための取り組みを不断に検討し、進めていくということも当然であります。石破内閣総理大臣は6月24日から26日までオランダのハーグを訪問し、NATO 首脳会合に出席する予定です。我が国総理の出席は初めて日本が招待された2022年以降4年連続となります。我が国としては現下の厳しい安全保障環境を踏まえ、欧州大西洋とインド太平洋の安全保障が不可分という共通認識の下で、我が国をはじめとするインド太平洋パートナーと NATO との具体的協力の在り方などについて議論を行う考えでございます。また、同志国間の連携がこれまで以上に重要となる中で、NATO 首脳会合に出席する加盟各国およびパートナー等と個別に会談を行い、連携を強化する考えでございます。
NHK 山田です。今ご紹介ありました総理の NATO への出席について伺います。NATO 首脳会議にはアメリカのトランプ大統領も出席を表明しました。G7 サミットに続いて会談など接点を持つ可能性があるのか、また調整状況について伺います。
はい、二国間会談等の実施につきましては、調整中でありまして、現時点で決まっていることはございません。
The U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated.
Finally, I know you guys are going over to NATO. You're going to go one day later. It's going to be on Tuesday. So far, our NATO allies are looking for de-escalation. What do you want to hear from them about what we did over the weekend?
That's right. The president will be taking off for NATO tomorrow morning. And one of the main topics of discussion will be that 5% threshold that our NATO allies have to hit. The president has been calling on our NATO allies to do more for quite some time. He got them to step up and do more in his first term. And you'll hear the president talk about that on this next historic trip to Europe.
What do you think about that? Do you think that these facilities were effectively obliterated, as the president said?
Well, that was a full bomb damage assessment briefing. And first, I've got to say, NATO is thrilled with Trump's B-2 strike on Iran. They are thrilled. And what an honor for them to hear it kind of debrief there. Key points, high altitude strikes, 52,000 feet. Clearly, Natanz, the conversion facility where 2 MOPS hit, absolutely wiped out. And then at Fordow, it was an underground inferno caused by the 6 MOPS going into each of 2 aim points. Thank you, weaponeering officers at Whiteman Air Force Base, 509th Bomb Wing, whatever captains and majors you are that did that. You got it perfect. And that means that it is basically a burned out rubble. He talked about seeing the flares of that fire up around the surface. So much that he told us. And it really backs up his statement that that facility was obliterated and that Iran basically cannot enrich and continue with a weapons program at this
point. I've been
point.
asking them to go up to 5% for a number of years, and they're going up to 5%, and that's a big, from 2%. And a lot of people didn't even pay the 2%. So I think that's going to be very big news.
I just want to recognize your decisive action on Iran.
Thank you.
You are a man of strength, but you're also a man of peace. And the fact that you are now also successful in getting this ceasefire done between Israel and Iran, I really want to commend you for that.
Thank you.
And I think this is important for the whole world. Then on spending, it's absolutely true. I want to state here, without President Trump, this would not have happened. If you would not have been elected in 2016 and re-elected last year and back into office in January. So I want to thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Mr. President, what's your reaction to the intelligence reports saying that the Iranian nuclear sites were only partially devastated, not entirely?
Yeah, well, they said it was actually, the report said it could have been very, they don't know. I mean, they did a report. Bibi is going to have people involved in that whole situation. We hear it was obliteration. It was a virtual obliteration. We had a tremendous success, and this is the New York Times. I call it the failing New York Times. It's gone to hell. And CNN, which, as you know, very few people are watching. And you would think they'd do the opposite.
So the great thing is you took out the nuclear capability of Iran. This was crucial. You did it in a way which is extremely impressive. But the signal sends to the rest of the world that this president, when it comes to it, yes, he is a man of peace, but if necessary, he is willing to use strength, the enormous strength of the American military. So I think that signal to the rest of the world, this is far beyond Iran, is extremely important. So let me also point us to that aspect of what happens.